Hey there, football fans. Welcome back to Giants Nation News, where we dive deep into all things Big Blue. I'm your host, and today we got a story that's stirring up some serious buzz in the NFL world. Picture this: an NBA superstar throwing shade at our very own New York Giants head coach Brian Dable. Yeah, you heard that right. Draymond Green, the four-time champ of the Golden State Warriors, is weighing in on Giants football, and he's not holding back. Is this crossover drama what the league needs, or just another hot take from the sidelines? Let's break it all down, folks, because this one's got layers. First off, let's set the scene with the main event. We're talking about the Giants' quarterback situation early in this 2025 season. Coming off a tough Week 1 loss where veteran QB Russell Wilson, the Super Bowl winner who joined Big Blue this offseason in a blockbuster move, had a shaky performance. The calls started coming in for rookie sensation Jackson Dart to take over. Dart, the first-round pick out of Ole Miss, has been turning heads with his dual-threat ability, reminiscent of those mobile QBs who've changed the game. But Coach Dable, he wasn't rushing into anything. After that loss, he said he'd sleep on it, review the tape, and make a call. Smart move, right? Well, not according to Draymond. On his podcast with Jordan Schultz, cleverly titled, "Why is Draymond Green Talking About Football?" Green unloaded on Dable. If you thought he was ready, he'd be starting, Draymond said about Dart. So clearly you don't think he's ready. No, you don't overreact to Week 1 and throw him in the fire. I think that was poor by Brian Dable to be non-committal on a quarterback. Be committed on something. He sucks, man. Ouch! And he didn't stop there. He's not good, and he kept his job, which was ridiculous. Green continued. But you come out non-committal, like you're creating controversy in a city that's already going to create controversy. So he's not a good leader. That guy stinks, man. You don't come out non-committal in Week 1. That's idiotic. That guy stinks. That's who should be on the hot seat, Brian Dable. He stinks. Whoa! Talk about a crossover roast. Draymond's a known football junkie. He's got that Michigan State Spartan spirit and loves breaking down plays. But calling out Dable like that? It's bold, especially when you consider the context. Dable, in his fourth year with the Giants, has been all about steady leadership since taking over in 2022. Remember, this is the guy who turned around the Buffalo Bills offense with Josh Allen before coming to New York. He's got that fiery personality, pacing the sidelines like a caged lion, and he's rebuilt this team from the ground up after some rough patches. Now, let's zoom in on what actually happened. In Week 1, Wilson struggled. We're talking incomplete passes, some turnovers, and an offense that looked out of sync. The Giants fell short, and the New York media machine started churning. Bench Wilson. Start Dart, the headline screamed. But Dable pumped the brakes. "We're not making knee-jerk reactions," he essentially said. He reviewed the film, saw that the issues weren't just on Wilson. Maybe the offensive line had some breakdowns, receivers weren't getting open fast enough, or the play calling needed tweaks. Ultimately, he stuck with Russ. And boy, did Wilson deliver in Week 2 against those hated Dallas Cowboys. Speaking of that Week 2 showdown, a nail-biter loss, but Wilson's strong outing silenced the doubters, at least temporarily. He threw for over 250 yards, a couple of touchdowns, and showed that veteran poise that's won him rings in Seattle and kept him relevant in Denver and now Pittsburgh. Wait, no. Scratch that. He's ours now in this hypothetical 2025 twist. But here's where Dable's genius shone through. He sprinkled in Dart for 3 plays. Strategic masterclass. Folks, on 1st and 10 from the Cowboys' 25, Dart comes in, Dallas adjusts for his running threat, and boom, running back Cam Tebow burst for 24 yards, setting up a touchdown that gave the Giants a 23-20 lead. Then, on 2nd and 1, another handoff to Tyrone Tracy Jr. for a first down. The 3rd play, Dart tries to run but gets stuffed for a loss. Still, it was enough to keep the Cowboys guessing, and that's coaching at its finest. If that's what Draymond calls sucking, then sign me up for more of it. But seriously, let's analyze this deeper. Dable's approach is all about protecting his young talent. Jackson Dart, at 22, is a rocket-armed kid with wheels. Think a mix of Patrick Mahomes' arm and Lamar Jackson's legs. Throwing him into fire too soon could shatter his confidence, like we've seen with other rookies who flamed out. Remember Zach Wilson with the Jets? Or even Trey Lance in San Fran? Dable knows the NFC East is a brutal division. Eagles with their high-flying offense, Cowboys with that star-studded defense, and don't get me started on Commanders rebuilding. You don't rush a decision on a 10-time Pro Bowler like Russell Wilson, who's got that Super Bowl 48 ring and has thrown for over 43,000 career yards. Wilson's been through the wars, man, from Seattle's Legion of Boom days to his Denver detour. Bringing him to the Giants was a calculated risk to bridge to the future with Dart. Historically, the Giants have thrived on quarterback stability. Think back to the glory days with Eli Manning, that two-time Super Bowl MVP who led us to improbable wins over Tom Brady's Patriots in Super Bowl 42 and XLVI. Eli was the epitome of clutch, with 27 fourth-quarter comebacks. The Manning era defined New York football, tough, resilient, and full of heart. Fans packed Giant Stadium and now MetLife, that massive 82,500-seat behemoth in East Rutherford, chanting "Let's go Giants" through rain, snow, or shine. And the rivalries? Oh, they're legendary. Against the Cowboys, America's team versus the G-Men. It's pure hatred, dating back to the 1960s. We've split series, traded blows, but nothing beats those Thanksgiving clashes. Then the Eagles. The Battle of the Birds, with Philly's passionate fans clashing against our blue-collar supporters. Remember the miracle at the Meadowlands? Or more recently, Saquon Barkley's monster games before he jumped ship. Wait, in this 2025 world, let's assume he's back, or we got Tracy and Statistical filling that void with their bruising runs. Statistically, let's compare. Last season, the Giants finished 6-11, but Dable's offense ranked in the top half for rushing yards, thanks to a revamped line featuring Andrew Thomas at left tackle, that all-pro beast who's protected QBs like a fortress. Wilson's addition bumped our passing efficiency up. In Week 2, he completed 68% of his throws, way better than Week 1's 55%. Defensive line? Still stout, with Dexter Lawrence 2 eating up blockers like it's breakfast. We got 15 sacks through 2 games, top of the league. But injuries are lurking. If Wilson tweaks that ankle again, Dart might get a shot sooner. Now, imagine if we could grab some quotes from the locker room. Picture Brian Dable post-game. "Look, I appreciate Draymond's passion. Guy's a winner in his sport. But football's different. We don't flip switches overnight. Russ earned that start, and Jackson's learning every day." Or Russell Wilson himself. "I've been doubted before. It's fuel. We're building something special here in New York." And a fictional fan take from a diehard at Manhattan sports bar. Draymond who? Dable's our guy. He got us to the playoffs in 22. Green's just stirring the pot for clicks. But let's not forget the cultural ties. The Giants are woven into New York's fabric. From Frank Gifford's era in the 50s to Lawrence Taylor revolutionizing defense in the 80s. Pop culture? Think The Blind Side vibes with our linemen, or how Eli hosted SNL after those Super Bowls. Even in movies like Any Given Sunday, that underdog spirit echoes our team. And with events like the NFL Draft at Radio City Music Hall, or the Super Bowl parade down the Canyon of Heroes, it's magic. Tie this to current vibes. With the NBA season ramping up, Draymond's take feels like LeBron opining on baseball. Entertaining, but does it hold water? Looking ahead, what does this mean for the Giants? If Wilson keeps performing, we could sneak into the playoffs as a wild card. NFC East is wide open. Eagles at 2-0, but we got their number historically. We've won 5 of the last 10. Predictions? I see us at 9-8, with Dart getting spot starts later. Impacts? A strong finish means better draft position avoidance, maybe trade assets. But if controversy brews, the hot seat talk ramps up for Dable. Though honestly, after guiding us through rebuilds, he deserves leeway. Folks, this is why we love the NFL. Drama, debates, and dazzling plays. Draymond's critique? It's spicy, but Dable's handling shows poise. Giants fans, stay locked in. Our next game's against the Commanders. Tune in Sunday. Grab your blue jersey, and let's make some noise at MetLife. Who knows? Maybe we'll see more Dart magic. Until next time, keep believing in Big Blue. Go Giants!